Have you ever flipped a coin to make a decision and then thought, well, if the result was already determined by physics, does it even matter what I choose? Maybe the universe already wrote the script. Maybe you're just an actor reading lines you didn't write. Maybe laziness isn't a character flaw. Maybe it's destiny. That logic is more philosophically dangerous than it sounds, because it has a name. And for a long time, the smartest people in history believed it was true. It's called mechanical determinism. In 1814, a French mathematician named Laplace proposed something terrifying. He imagined a being, later called Laplace's Demon, who could know the exact position and momentum of every single atom in the universe at one moment in time. With unlimited computing power and the laws of physics, this demon could calculate every event that had ever happened, and every event that ever would happen, every single one. If classical physics was right, then the coin you just flipped was already determined at the moment of the Big Bang. The crumbs on your shirt right now, the exact thought you're about to have in 3 seconds, all of it, locked in since the beginning of time. Atom collides with atom. Cause locks into cause. No surprises, no miracles, no choice. If that's true, you're not the driver of your life. You're a passenger strapped into a roller coaster that was built before you were born. Your joy, your pain, your decisions, all just the predetermined output of a cosmic machine. Even your happiest moment would just be a line of code executing as written. That's a dark place to sit. But here's the good news. Laplace's demon is dead. It was killed by the 20th century, killed by quantum mechanics. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle tells us something fundamental. At the subatomic level, you cannot simultaneously know both the position and momentum of a particle. Not because our instruments aren't good enough, but because that precision literally does not exist in nature. Particles are not tiny billiard balls, they are clouds of probability. The universe at its deepest level is not written code, it is a dice game. Even with perfect knowledge of the present, the future remains genuinely, irreducibly uncertain. So Laplace's demon can't exist, because the information it would need simply doesn't exist anywhere in the universe. Okay, so the universe is random. Does that mean you're free? Not so fast. There's a famous experiment in neuroscience called the Libet experiment. Scientists asked subjects to flick their wrist whenever they felt like it, and to note exactly when they consciously decided to move. What they found was disturbing. The brain produced an electrical signal called the readiness potential several hundred milliseconds before the person was consciously aware of deciding to move. Your brain made the decision before you did, which raises the terrifying question, is you even the one deciding? Are you playing a video game, or are you holding a controller that isn't plugged in? Is the character moving on its own, and your sense of control just a story your brain tells you, so you don't feel like a passenger? Physics says the universe is random. Biology says you might be your brain's puppet. So which is it? Are you a prisoner of fate, or a product of chance? Neither. The real answer is emergence. A single water molecule has no concept of wetness. It's just hydrogen and oxygen. But bring together billions of water molecules, and something new appears that wasn't in any single molecule. The ocean, with waves, tides, reflections, depth. Wetness emerges. Your neurons are doing something similar. One neuron firing is just electrochemistry, but 100 billion neurons firing together, something new appears, a self. A you that loves certain foods, that gets lazy on rainy days, that feels real fear about being nothing more than a machine. That fear is not a chemical reaction. That fear is you, and it's more real than anything at the bottom of the physics equations. Now here's where it gets beautiful. Modern physicists believe time may not be a flowing river. It may be a series of generated slices. Each present moment is a wave function, a superposition of multiple possible futures existing simultaneously. Right now, before you decide, 2 futures are literally stacked on top of each other. The version where you act and the version where you don't. They exist together until the moment you collapse the wave function. Until the moment you choose. That's when your future is created. Not found, not followed, created. Destiny is not a railroad track laid out ahead of you. Destiny is the footprints you leave behind you. Yes, your genes gave you your instincts. Yes, your environment shaped your defaults. Yes, your brain fires before your consciousness catches up. But in that gap, those few hundred milliseconds, there is still a veto. Small, quiet, easy to miss, but real. And it only takes one use of that veto to bend the trajectory of your entire life.
You don't have to override your nature every time, but just once, in the moment that matters, you can decide to stand up. That decision is yours, not the universe's, not your brain's, not Laplace's demons. Yours. The universe handed you uncertainty as a gift. It left the ending unwritten. It gave the power of observation, the power to collapse possibility into reality, to you. So no, you are not a passenger. You are not a machine executing predetermined code. You are the one thing in this vast, cold, probabilistic cosmos that gets to choose which possibility becomes real. That's not a small thing. That's everything.